What this community means to me is it's everything. Being a member of this community, being born and raised in this community represents the future of what the city should be and what the country should be. Everyone being able to work together to bring their best selves in a diverse neighborhood, and that's what Southeast Seattle is.
It means everything to me, it means family, community, diversity, and just the way we look at the world,
The first word that comes to mind is almost like family, right? Like there's a very big familial presence in this school and in this community, and you can feel that. And I've worked at a couple of other districts, a couple of different schools.
The community means the world to me. I feel like the community served me since I've been a kid. I always came back to my inner city, wanted to get back.
I really just love this community and how everybody embraces each other.
It's really dope. It's a super strong community. I moved out here a few years ago, and ever since I've been here, it's been very welcoming.
The school, Rainier Beach, is an amazing place. The kids come from a bounty of cultures. It's something pretty unique in my experience, at least in the Seattle area, for what the school and what this community have to offer.
History. The school is history. Like everything down to the old paint on the walls, man, it's history. I love this school with all my heart.
This is the same building that I attended when I was in high school back in 2002. I was like the biggest Viking fan, like sports and all that type of stuff. So
because there's so much pride, there's so much history in this building and in this school, it's a lot to catch up on and try to get on top of it. But now that I've been here 5 years, it's such a safe and welcoming space to be.
Angry Seattle students staged a walkout today to protest what they call the district's refusal to improve their school. The district is not considering using millions from a proposed levy on Rainier Beach High School.
See, the students here at Rainier Beach say that their school is being ignored. So today they walked out of school to get the district's attention.
The Seattle School Board is doing virtually nothing for this high school at the southern end of the city's Rainier Valley.
Our school needs to be remodeled and no one's listening to us, so we're going to be heard.
What has them so angry is the district's proposed $700 million levy to replace some schools and renovate others. Rainier Beach would get a seismic upgrade and nothing else.
Because I don't think our school's really successful, and I think that's a lie.
They put on a fight, right? I believe there was a story with Betty Patu kind of taking the kids out the building and going to John Stanford to basically save the school. So the fight's been happening long before 8 years.
Yeah, we had to go to school board meetings. We had to always speak out on the disparity that's happening behind closed doors and stuff. And we had to address, this is happening with our school. We need this, we need that. Just basic necessities. We need resources. Look at the environment which the students are learning in. It's not the best environment. There's other schools that have better. We've seen better. We deserve better.
As far as the fight in terms of this 8-year fight to get a new building doesn't surprise me at all, given how passionate the people are here to create a safe and the best place for students to learn.
I watched that fight. We kept getting kicked off of the projects. I watched students go down to the school board and fight for this. And so I feel like it's almost monumental because this was a product of the community. Our kids fought for this. Our community fought for this.
I feel like making us fight 8 years to get a new school, it was an extra fight on top of all the stuff we do in the building.
The fight the last 8 years really inspired me because I felt like it didn't put any limits on us and we were allowed to be our truest selves and represent Rainier Beach High School for really what it is.
It took honestly a fight, patience, perseverance, and persistence to get here, Be grateful and know what this generation is passing down to you, and carry the school with heart, soul, and moving forward, know what this school means. It's not a school, it's a community. It's a family, It's a foundation.
The insulation is bad. The roofing, there's probably asbestos still in the same flooring that we have. It's still the same school from the 60s.
Students showed us paint that's chipping, lockers and ceiling tiles falling apart, gym equipment ripped.
When you say that you're from Rainier Beach, they say, oh, you're from Rainier Beach. They say it in a toxic way. I want them to be able to be proud to say that they are from Rainier Beach High School.
Dedicated to creating a better school for his younger siblings, he says this generation can be the first layer of change.
This is exactly what our young people need to be able to succeed in whatever goals and dreams that they have. They need to have a top-notch educational institution to be proud of, to be able to learn in, and to be able to grow as learners in this space. And so they deserve this.
I feel like the community needs to go through a change. I feel like we've been enduring this cycle for way too long. I'm proud of the teachers and the staff and the admin that really fought for this to be here.
Of course, it's past beyond that we needed a new school. I'm a community grassroots individual from this school, and it's time for a new school because these bricks in this school is great, has memories, but it doesn't have the memories that we can move on with.
With the new school could come in new opportunities, new resources, and new things that are great for the students and the community.
My thoughts about being a certified platinum green building are I am extremely proud of that. I know the Climate Pledge Arena has also has that title.
So I'm excited to get a new space where we can carry what has been established for years in this building onto newer and bigger things.
I just think Rainier Beach needs like that fresh start and something to let the students know we deserve better, we are great, and I'm all for the new building. So
having the newest school in the district, in the state, in the best real estate, meaning looking out over the lake, is going to be a tremendous attraction. That's such a positive for the people living here.
Me personally, this is the last school that's got rebuilt and renovated. And I feel like it's going to be super comfortable and nice for our kids to learn and want to push themselves.
It's going to give us what all the other students from other places that already had renovated schools, we should also have what they have. I mean, we are part of the Seattle School District and we are the last high school to be fully renovated. I think what's important is we should be, the students, us in our community should be, advocating at more than just Seattle School Board. We should be advocating at the City Council, asking for, things like affordable housing so that students and people of color do continue to live in this neighborhood and in this school.
I keep thinking about it and telling the students that it's kind of the best in class, right? It's going to be the best, newest school kind of, if not in Washington State, in the world at that moment.
Having something that they can feel proud to be in and also feel like they are worth it. They're worth a beautiful space, I think is really important for student morale and for teacher morale too.
Every time when I was in high school, I was telling the teacher earlier that every book I opened up, it said Valor, it said Roosevelt, it said all the North End schools, we got their used books while they get the new books. So it's time for us to get new. 10 years ago, they put down new floor in the hallway. It's leftovers from the new Garfield school. Why are we always getting the leftovers? So instead of renovating, we need a new school. We need a brand new school. We need to the full extent.
Our community is looked down upon as the hood and people don't want to come here. I've tried to recruit plenty of players to come to the South End, but they always feel like they're in danger being here. And that's not really what it is. I feel like getting a new school just allows us to really be ourselves and grow up and be good human beings in society because the odds are stacked against us and the statistics don't want to see us win.
It's important to carry the legacy from the old school to the new school because there's a lot of fights and trials and tribulations that we had to go through. You can't just, forget parts of the old school because that's part of how we got here and that's part of who we are.
I think, if we sat and went through a process of what are all the greatest things in the history of Rainier Beach, carry those forward. What are all the most challenging things that didn't work out? Carry the knowledge of that forward to not repeat it. And so without history, without appreciation of history, you are destined to repeat the bad things and probably miss the good things.
Our goal is still to keep that heart, that love, that support, that community and carry it out because that community fought for it and that community came all the way here.
Stories I hear from previous students and just like how much they love the dances and the games and just the community, it's just gushing with pride in a way that I have not really seen in other high school. It's so important that we can carry that pride and that energy and that power into our new space.
So I'm actually the third generation student coming to Rainier Beach from my family. My dad, he was actually here in the 1980s, and my brother, he was actually here about 5 years ago. So I'm just carrying the torch for my brothers and sisters, and I hope to see the new school also carrying the legacy from the old school back into the new generation.
We have so many members of the community that have strong memories of their time at Rainier Beach. Rainier Beach was a great high school at one time, and there were some hardships that happened at Rainier Beach High School, and ever since that, it has been a rebirth and a regeneration of that greatness. And I'm so excited because the last piece that we needed was this new building to be able to bring this greatness back to fruition for the community and for the city.
Tradition never graduates, and that's my motto. You know what I'm saying? We have tradition here. I went here in '94. My wife, she graduated in '95. My son graduated in 2014, and my eldest daughter graduated in 2017. And I got a slew of nieces and nephews that went here and are very successful in the Seattle School District alone, along with Rainier Beach. I can go on with the Patus, you know, with the juniors, the Sessions, the Connors, you know, and the Wells. We have a lot of family who's come in here, and their family comes in here, so our tradition never graduates.
It has been part of me for 4 years, you know. Being a freshman and starting a new, path in my academic studies, so it's like it plays a big role.
I really hope the murals that we have, as far as just the artwork and the way that the building has allowed students to express themselves creatively.
You know, there's a lot of memories, again, a lot of memories linked here, right? But it's exciting to have new memories that are going to be attached to the new building as well.
There's so much history here, but the thing that I'm going to appreciate the most is that finally, aesthetically, the new building is going to represent what was deserved to this community for so many years, and the students and the staff are going to be fully ready to become the best high school, not only in the state of Washington, but in the nation.
Thank you to the students that fought before us. You know, this legacy wouldn't be living on without you guys. We are the heart and soul of the South Seattle, the South End.
Thanks to Ms. Virginia and Gia and all my friends and family and community that came together, we made it happen and possible. And honestly, I'm grateful to God that it's happening in my lifetime, so I'm excited.
You know, just thank you. Thank you to the kids who fought for this building. Thank you to Mrs. Bethea for guiding them through advocating for themselves. Thank you to Mrs. Patu, who continued to fight for our kids as well.
I am so excited. I am just gleaming with pride and joy. And I just want to promise you all that the best is yet to come. Thank you.